Buddy. Development log. Bow buddies.
Here's our new main menu. Look how animated and pretty it is. You could click buttons and everything moves. You could click multiplayer here. This doesn't work yet. You could go to single player, and we have new game, load game, continue. And these actually work. We have save data that writes the data to a file on your computer. Here we have some settings where you could change the sound here. And all these different sliders. There's master, music, SFX. We use Fmod, which is a separate program to categorize all the sounds and make it actually work for the sliders. Now the way that this is all animated is the Unity animator. You can see this is the memos animation. This is the logos animation. And these here are the button animations. So there's a lot. And all these arrows are different triggers with different conditions that tell the program when to play a different animation. And the actual animations themselves are down here. So here you can see, if I drag around the timeline down here, you could see a preview of the animation that plays. This is just the memo, and this memo is actually randomized every time you launch the game. It picks a quote from an array that I have here. The animation that plays right now of the title also randomizes between, I think we have like 4 animations. So let me pop into the game here, and this is the brand spanking new level hub. As you can see, there's a lot different. We have actual models now. Very pretty, bright colors. And another change we've made is that the camera is fixed. You cannot move the camera freely, but here you could see we have little adjustments to pan the camera to the side depending on where you are in the level. Like if you pull up to this portal, it'll zoom in. And I have this little bush animation here that plays. I'm going to jump in the bushes. And overall, the level hub is very animated. There's a lot of decoration around these level entrances here. So this is level 1, Gnome Forest. And you can see we have little gnomes popping out of the bushes. A lot of particles. If I head over to Pirate, then go to Scene View, you can look at this little pirate ship I've made that circles the level door. And we have a little skeleton crew. There's the captain turning his wheel. Oh, blarney. Now all these models are made within Unity. Most people use Blender, but I despise Blender, so I use a plugin for Unity called Pro Builder, which I'll give you a little demo here. So if I create a new poly shape, well, you could create pipes or cubes or anything by default. So if I put this cube down here, you could select the edges, create a cut down the middle, maybe scale it up, grab this face, extrude it. There's a lot you could do. And maybe scale that down. And then add a bevel. And Pro Builder actually has a built-in smoothing function, which you can see here if I use it. It's now all smooth and pretty. Now the way the game's going to work, this is going to be the World 1 level hub. We're going to have 4 to 5 worlds. And there are 4 levels in each world, as you can see here. You have the level doors. And once you beat all of the levels, you go to the next world, beat all the levels there, next world. Very typical. So let's pop into the first level here. You can see once I hit play level, a little animation will play. And then we enter the level eventually. I don't know why it's taking so long. And all this stuff is new. This whole scene was made in like the past 2 or 3 days. But this is pretty much how it's gonna look. And there's little collectibles here that apply to you. There's a barrel. The barrels are a lot of fun. And these mushrooms, if you step on them, they'll poof. And if you get it right, you can stand on the mushroom and they'll stay down. Here is the world hub where you select the worlds. I think I showed this in another vlog, but it's been expanded on quite a bit. As you could hear, we have music, and the music dynamically changes with what world you're on. Each level when you hit, or each world when you hit enter world, it'll play a unique animation of you entering the world. And then it'll put you in the world. Just for a little reference of our progress, this is what the game looked like about a month ago. And we have the free cam, we have different controls, different lighting. The floor is all a tile set. It's like a 3D tile set, which is pretty awful to work with. So we have some cool power-ups. And I am pleased with this new style that we have for levels. This is pretty much how it's going to look. I have this other demo. You can see, let me pull it out here. This is what we had for like a week. And we've gone through like 5 different iterations of what the first level is going to look like, and they all look different because we're just not happy with any of them. But this right here, I think we're happy with. We're going to stick with it. Another new thing we've been working with is Plastic SCM, which is a plugin for Unity that lets you have multiple people working on the same project at the same time, pretty much. So you can see if I go to the change sets here, these are all the different updates that we've sent. And there's a little comment, and then the date you posted it, and then all the stuff you've changed on the right here. So you can see we're on change set number 304. And pretty much how it works is if there's a new update, you update your workspace. And to send an update, you go to pending changes here, type in a comment, and then check it in. That's pretty much all we have for now, so a few more months and I'll have another devlog showing all the new stuff we've made. Look at that little gnome.